What's going on, traders? Welcome back to another live stream. If you're new, my name is Zach. This is Real Deal Futures. Before we get started, make sure you read what's on the screen. Trading's risky. Most traders lose money. If you trade, you're probably going to lose money. I'm not a financial advisor. I don't provide financial advice. Nothing I say here or anywhere else is a suggestion or recommendation to do anything at all. Do your own research. Make your own trading decisions. Read CFTC Rule 4.41 on simulated trading, which is what this is, even in funded prop firm accounts, and the affiliate and partnership disclaimer that says I stand to make money from links in my content like code RDF and Top 1 Futures. I can't be unbiased from companies I stand to make money from. Let's hop onto the charts. Markets are open. I have a 3-pack of Top 1 Futures 150Ks loaded up right here, right now on the Top 1 Futures Project X platform that we're running right here. Gonna see what we can do today. See if we can't keep the win streak going. I've had some decent sessions. There's some no trades in between there, so I won't say it's been straight wins. There has been some no trade sessions. Stayed patient on Monday, stayed patient yesterday. It's been paying, man. Been paying a lot of attention to the 15-minute chart. Sometimes it can be slow, but like watching paint dry. But like I was talking about in Discord yesterday, man, these markets have been wild. They've been very volatile. 1-minute chart has been a little bit choppy. Zooming out for me, adapting that way has helped. So I am watching this market open up here. What's going on, everybody? I'll say what's up to the chat in just a second here. Jess, what's up? Keith, what's going on? Ralph, TAA, Ruben, Kim, Ruben again, Snooze. Let's make some guap today, ladies and gents. I love that. Big energy here. Coop, good morning. Appreciate you guys. Appreciate you guys hopping on. Appreciate you guys jumping on. So, well, right here, right now, coming into some news. We got a bit of red folder news today. Some orange folder and red folder. I can see the liquidity algo bands getting pulled off of Bookmap right now, but let's jump out to the daily, kind of let this thing start to open up. And before we even do that, let's take a look at forexfactory.com. This is the financial news site that I like to watch. Here's what we have coming up right now. We got FOMC member Waller speaking. We're probably going to see some volatility coming in right now. Along with that, 9:45, about 10 minutes from now, we do have red folder news. And then 10 a.m., we have orange folder news. So this is a little bit tricky to work with. It is right during NYSE Open. A little bit tough to work with having news right at, my preferred trading time, having to either decide to sit out or trade through that. None of these, to me, are massive, right? It's not like an unemployment claims. It's not an NFP, or it's not, an FOMC rate. Like some of those are really, really high impact where I just say, hands off, I don't want to mess with this stuff. So I would consider trading through these. This 9:45 could be pretty dicey. New home sales, I'm not as worried about. This FOMC member speaking, it could absolutely, send the market if these come in way above or below expectations, or someone answers a question in an odd way, or, says something that's really bullish or bearish, or the market interprets it that way. We could always see wild volatility, but in the, kind of how much they potentially impact the market, these aren't the, biggest market movers. So, but important to note, right? Important to be aware of, not be surprised if we see some wild volatility right at 9:45. But jumping back out to the daily chart, we had some interesting price action yesterday. Caught the longs, didn't catch the sell-off on Monday. Caught the longs yesterday after staying patient. Watched us approach that level that I had marked on my chart. Volume levels have been really, really well respected recently in this market, especially on ES. It doesn't happen every day. Absolutely not. Some days it works out very, very cleanly off of VWAP, off of, just standard volume, looking at horizontal levels, very, very simple stuff. Worked like magic yesterday, but today we opened up gap up. As you can see it, physical gap up, decent size, did not come back down to close that. Nice bullish candle forming. We got a little bit of a wick to the upside, almost no wick to the downside. Looking at it zoomed out on the daily, really just cracked right up at the open, gapped up, and have been continuing to head towards these highs, right? All the way back up to this 5,500 level. Big round psychological number here on, this is actually MES, the micro ES chart. I'm interested to see, are we just going to bottom here and this is going to be an uptrend forming? We crack these highs and start to get some, get a daily close above it, or some kind of closures above it. That's going to look like what's happening, right? I'm not going to go into, really high time frame speculation, which is what I'm doing right now. But I just like to take a look at what's going on the daily chart, starting with that top-down analysis before I get really zoomed in, look at the 15-minute, look at the 1 minute, for some entries. So, so far, We know what happened here. Gnarly sell-off, back and forth, wild volatility, big bullish candle. There we go, pushing to the upside now aggressively. Yeah, that's probably member Waller speaking, causing some increased volatility here. Yeah, man, trading out liquidity to the upside. So let's hop down onto the lower time frame, start checking this. Jump down to the 15-minute chart. Again, we can see what happened overnight session here. This is yesterday's volume profile, regular trading session volume profile. We are above all of that. We've cracked above overnight high right here, set right before as we were pushing up through Asia, through London, really holding above VWAP here. And now we got volatility to the upside. We are sitting right at prior week's value area high and prior week's volume point of control. That's what these levels are right here. We were well below it earlier, in the week, but here we are Wednesday, right back at prior week's volume point of control. So just kind of framing my trading ideas here, right? Some potential movements that I think we could see out of the market today. Number one and really obvious, a pullback to close this gap, right? Gaps like to get filled in the market. A pullback down to this really, heavy area of volume, right? Just zooming out, looking at the visible range volume profile. I got to click a couple times, get it to reset. You can see the area of highest volume, the temporary volume point of control, right back down here, right? And this was a key level that I was watching yesterday, trading towards. Now, this would be a very large movement to the downside, relative to what we did overnight, but maybe just coming down into this gap towards this level. I could definitely see a movement back down here. I think that would be pretty clear. I think a lot of people are going to be eyeballing that. Conversely, if we continue to do what we're doing off the open here and continue this movement to the upside, I could see a large movement above these highs right here, really breaking out to the upside, finding some momentum. Market saying, hey, we're going to check out higher prices here. Bulls are back in town. Time to buy. These are the lows, and we're comfortable getting long. Again, not going to speculate on it, but just pattern recognition. Come up to this area of high volume. What's the next levels that I have in my chart? This is just a basic, slow time frame zone right here. This one is really what I'll be looking at all the way back above, all the way back above the 5600s. So again, 5500s here that we're checking out right now. Really key level, right? Obvious level. I'm sure everybody has that marked on their chart, or maybe it's a big round psychological number that you want to pay attention to off these highs. We start to crack above that like we're trying to right here and hold. We really get some momentum. I think a movement to the upside's in store. I think we're going to do what we did yesterday, take off and just continue. Conversely, we start coming back down towards VWAP through VWAP. I would look at this short to close this gap. Do I think it's going to be an insane sell-off day? No, but I think that would be a potentially quick movement through this area of mild volume that we've had traded to return to this area where we've transacted a lot of business at, a lot of volume, a lot of key levels overlapping. You could see it on my chart. So up or down, right? Unbiased. That's kind of how I open up my day. Waiting for the market to show its hand, give me some indication, and then try to flow with that. So let's run the 15-minute and 1-minute side by side. But to be honest, guys, again, like I was talking about in Discord, I've really, really done well coming into, Trump markets, zooming out, being more patient, widening out stops and targets, lower frequency of trades, take one or two, losses or wins, and that's it. Really getting aggressive on the 1-minute chart has been choppy. It's been difficult to deal with. It can be, a little bit slow on the 15. It can be like watching paint dry. It can, not be as entertaining and fun here live with you guys. But my goal is to make money here, right? Not to have fun, not to take 47 trades and, do anything crazy. It's to align myself with the market to the best of my abilities. And same approach, same tools that I'm using, same application of everything, just a little bit wider, a little bit more zoomed out. That's pretty much it. So right here, right now, I want to see if we continue through this this level. You can see how cleanly prior week value area high has come into play. Simple volume profile to find these levels. They are objective. You can find them the exact same way that I find them on my chart. It's not my opinion where they are. It's just a simple level. They don't always work like magic, like I talked about yesterday, but they've been pretty clean so far. So yeah, a lot overlapping on the chart down here. This is a little bit busy, so we'll see if we stay above that or if we start to return. Again, To the downside, closing that gap, back down towards the 53.40s, 53.30s. To the upside, I'm looking for a crack past this 5,500 level and a hold for a continuation to the upside. We swipe VWAP and then aggressively return to the upside. I'm looking to get long. I'm not going to take it aggressively to the downside here on a buy, because I think we could just, bottom could fall out and we could head towards the, the next area down below. Pretty big movement to the downside. I'm not going to jump in long if we start to push here, although it would have played really nicely yesterday. It would have played getting short really early on Tuesday. So, if that's your play, to get aggressive and say, I'm willing to take maybe 1 or 2 stop outs on the way to catching this initial move, and Zach's going to sit patient and watch some of it first, do your thing, brother. No problem. For me, it's just not my play, right? It's just not my play. Talked about that a lot yesterday as to why that is. But, we break the upside here, long with the stop, below session lows, maybe, back down to the 54.30s, just above VWAP. Not a bad play. I think we could get an extension to the upside. Maybe we're not going to continue right off the bat, but you can pick up, 20 points to the upside. Again, I'm not going to try to grab that so aggressively. I'm going to wait for structure to develop and then look to flow with it. Again, staying patient off the open, zooming out. Along with that, last comment before I hang out, check the chat with you guys. 1 minute to red folder news. 60 seconds to red folder news. I'm not jumping into anything. I think we're likely to see this volatility continue. Maybe we get a larger movement that comes up here in the next 1 minute that starts to send the market in a direction. Let's see what we get. Appreciate you guys hopping on, man. Smash like, smash subscribe. We got more and more people on here every day. It's sick. Love that you guys are here. Like I talked about a lot, going to be doing some giveaways, giving back to you guys. Random days, random times. Maybe you got some indication if you were on here yesterday, hanging out with me towards the end of the session. But you got to be on here. I will be dropping a form. There'll be giveaways every single week. You got to be on here. Fill the form out. I'll give you guys, 5 to 10 minutes to fill the form out, and then I'll randomly pick someone here on the live. So here we go, coming into red folder news. I'm getting some, a little bit of lag on this chart, I think. Not an insane movement, but we do have quite a few orders on the book. We got larger players getting involved, above and below price right here, right now. Got about 400 on the book at 54.80. We have 550 on the book at 5,500. Looks like we might want to go grab that, but we have quite a bit of orders on the book up here. I'll show you guys book map in a minute. Just gonna reset this real quick. Get a quick refresh rolling. Nice. Again, zoom out, adjust the VWAP, make sure volume is displaying correctly. If you guys don't know that on Project X, you have to scroll out after refreshing or zooming in or out or changing time frames to get your volume tools to reset. So yeah, not selling off here. Not a crazy movement. Quite a bit of volatility. We are moving fast today. You can just watch the candles print on the 1 minute, the movement on the 15 minute. It's wiggly, as the guys like to say. But again, I'm staying patient on this off the open. It's been working really nice for me. I'm happy to take the comments. I talked about it yesterday. Oh, you're gonna talk through the move. Shut up and buy or sell or whatever. That's cool, man. You do your thing. I try to do what works well for me, and that's been staying patient off the open, as well as zooming out and looking for that higher time frame move. Not trying to capitalize on getting real heavy sized with a tight stop loss. It's just difficult in these markets, man. Again, for me, right? You might say, no, scalping's been working perfect for me, man. Then you do your thing. But what's up, guys? What's up? Stefan, what's going on? Saw the rest of you guys in here. Ryan, what's up? Good morning. Ryan's in and out just like that. Back to bed. Very nice. Can I set a lock for contracts? For example, trade with only 5. That's a good question. I don't know if the risk management, I don't know if the risk parameters here on Project X allow you to do that. Let me just take a quick look. That's a great question. I know they've got a lot of these risk settings that they continue to add, but I don't know if they have a number of contracts lock. No, I don't think they do. Personal daily loss limit, personal daily profit target, trade limits, trades per day, trades per week, symbol blocks, which is sweet, and then different personal lockouts. You can set lockouts to custom amounts of time, but I don't think you have a lock for the amount of contracts that you're able to trade. But that would be pretty sweet. They continue to add to that. I'm sure they'll add to it, but I don't believe they have that just yet. Kim passed the combine on gold. Very nice. Very nice. Stay out of Kim's way. She's dangerous. Careful, guys. Yep, we talked about Red Folder News. Ryan, great call. Good morning, John. What's happening? What's happening? Appreciate you guys being here. Just you trading live, different time. Don't know what you're asking there, brother, but I'm here live almost every day, 9:30 a.m. Eastern. Free on YouTube, showing you what real trading looks like for me. Hello, Zach. I don't see the ASFX indicator on the trading platform. I'm also using TradingView for your charts. What's going on, KP? So you don't have access to everything on TradingView. So this is Project X with Top 1 futures. I think ASFX's deals will be on TradingView. Let me not mess it up. TradingView itself. The same way a lot of custom indicators and scripts can be built out on TradingView. You have majority of the tools and all the tools that I use. I don't use any custom indicators or scripts, but TradingView on the side is going to get you that. They continue to add more stuff to Project X. I hope they continue to open up things like API access for copy trading and additional things like that. But there are some limitations when it comes to the full suite of, indicators. So TradingView is going to be the key for that, for sure. Just got long entry. Okay. We'll see. Maybe we rip to the upside. New home sales could be after. Yep. 10 a.m., guys. We got new home sales as well. Orange folder news. Again, I'm just watching this market continue to push to the upside so far. Not looking long or short off of this just yet. To get long, I'm either going to need to wait like I did yesterday, break out to the upside, more structure, then get long on it late, pull back down, crack to the upside. I'm looking long on it. A pull back down and closing through VWAP, starting to get some really bearish momentum to the downside. I'm looking short on this aggressively, maybe stops above session highs. Either way, I'm anticipating just the way this market is moving on a wider stop, wider take profit trade like I did yesterday. It played out while I was on the live, but that was a pretty damn zoomed out trade. I'm anticipating running something like that. Just depends on what structure looks like. But we've got a lot of movement. We had a lot of movement overnight. We gapped up. There's a lot of movement to be had to the downside if we start to move that way, and to the upside as well. So we can certainly chop, certainly just sit around VWAP and kind of consolidate up near these highs. But I don't know that we get that. I could see a movement to fill that gap to the downside, put that wick in, or what we're seeing right now, buyers say, we're going to leave that gap and catch momentum to the upside. We're going to take off. Again, somewhat unbiased, right? I'm not going to call the market before I'm ready to put a trade on. A way to structure risk, but I'm going to sit patient on this with you guys. Watch as we come back up towards these 5,500s. We do have some liquidity sitting up here. I'll show you Bookmap. Bookmap is my favorite order flow tool. If you guys want to check out Bookmap, I'll throw this in the chat. I am partnered, affiliated with Bookmap. I can't stand to be unbiased. Important for you to note that. You want to check out Bookmap, that's the discount link to Bookmap. 5,500, we are looking at live liquidity in the market right here. We have quite a few orders sitting up there. I think we go and tag that. Probably find some sellers, but maybe just blow off top and start to head to the upside. As I start to zoom out and get farther and farther away from price, we're looking pretty thick to the upside. It's not dead to the downside, but obviously we have more prominent levels to the upside here. Right here, you can see quite a few orders on the book at these nice, these aren't all round numbers, but this looks strong, man. We really could break out to the upside and run. It's just not my play these days, guys, to take it like this, but there's a long setup right here. If you wanted it, well, here's why it's not my play to take it. There's a long setup right here, stop just above this level, trying to catch the breakout to the upside. Too much volatility for me to get involved in this right now. I think we're going to come above and below this range that we're setting right now, this 15-minute opening range, before we start to pick a direction. But staying patient and waiting, what's the downside risk? Because there's always a trade-off. It's always a double-edged sword. If we rip to the upside, I'm not in the market, right? Upside is we come back down and test VWAP. I'm not out for, a first loss. But there's certainly a long play saying, hey, look, gap up, momentum to the upside, no indication of selling off. Get long, throw a stop loss somewhere down here, ride this bad boy to the upside. We're going to crack to the upside today. I could see this being a move to fill the gap. So I'm cautious against that. What would get me in long from anywhere down here would be a retest near VWAP, aggressive buying pressure coming back in, levels on Bookmap continuing to stack up above, and then look to trade it long from down here. We break out to the upside and start to run. I'm going to continue to look long. I'm just going to be having to wait and do it on price action and structure up here. If we knife one way or the other coming up here, 10 a.m., I'm sitting patient, right? Sitting patient. Got tilted pre-market, lost 1,200, but got back composure, made it back, ready to go. Ralph, yeah, man, take it easy. Take it easy. Don't get tilty, guys. Don't get tilty. Luckily, I took London today. Nice, nice. Manufacturing PMI, most important over flash PMI. Got you. Appreciate you guys smashing the like button. Thank you, thank you. Can't reset after going on tilt. Lost so many accounts on tilt. Yeah. Usually best if you're on tilt to just shut it all down and walk away, but that's going to be, to the individual. But it's a killer. It's an account killer for sure. Safe trading, my friends. Follow risk management. Stops always in place. 100%. New here, but love it so far. What's up? What's going on, man? Appreciate you hopping in. I appreciate you guys being on here. We got a ton of new people. For the guys that are here all the time, I repeat a lot of this stuff, but I got new people on here all the time, and the feedback I get is you got to talk about stuff as if everybody's here is new. So if you don't know me, my name's Zach. Real Deal Futures is my deal. I'm here trading live with you guys almost every day. I run a 100% free trading community. You could check out a whole bunch of my live sessions. They all stay up. You could check out interviews with Austin Silver, with Boris Schlossberg. You check me out on Top Step TV, the 10 or 20 times I've been on there. Make your own decisions, right? I don't claim to be the best trader. I don't claim to know it all, to have all the magic answers or some magic strategy. None of that stuff. No massive payouts. I'm not on the leaderboards. I'm happy to show you what real trading looks like for me. I think I have some juice. I've been doing this a while. Been paid out multiple times a month this year. Been solid with Top Step before coming over here to Top 1 Futures and getting to work on these accounts. But you make your own decisions. That's why I trade live here, straight from my platform. You could say, that guy sucks or that guy's great. I don't have to show you payouts or anything because it's all done here free, and you can decide that for yourself. So again, appreciate you guys being here. It's awesome to have this community. Appreciate everybody in the Discord as well. And along with that, I'm affiliated partnered with companies that I use myself, I think are awesome, like Top 1 Futures, like Bookmap that I just showed you, a bunch of other firms. But that also means I can't be unbiased, right? It's important that I'm transparent about that. If I stand to make money from something, I can't be unbiased. So it's up to you to do your own research, make your own decisions. I think all that stuff is important. And if we all were just normal, real people and said stuff like that, the truth about, whatever's going on, everybody could be aware, make their own decisions, right? It's as simple as that. I don't know why everything is so complicated online, but it seems to be. I just dropped a redone video comparing my top 3 prop firms, Top 1 Futures, Tradeify, and Top Step. I think they're all solid options. Been trading with all of them this year. It's on my YouTube. It got a ton of traction when I dropped it the first time. I redid it, dug deeper, made sure I was as accurate as I possibly could be. Again, I'm biased. Do your own research. Also, stuff changes in this space so damn quick. I'm going to try to have a pinned comment on there, but I'm sure unless I did the video, redid it every single day, there's going to be some rule change, something that's getting adjusted with one of the 3. So, always check the sites out. But it's a great video if you want to learn about Top 1 Futures, if you want to see how they stack up, how all 3 of them stack up against each other, Tradeify and Top Step. I try to really dig into all of the stuff that I think is important. So pull back on this market, not coming back down to retest VWAP yet. 10 a.m. coming up. We're going to get past the first 30 minutes, and we continue the upside. I'm looking long on this, guys. Again, we get some volatility to the downside. I'm going to be cautious. I'm still looking long until we really rip through the 5400s to the downside. Maybe VWAP. We rip through VWAP to the downside. I could be potentially looking short on this. But I'm watching what happens up here. We swiped the high, didn't break out and run, pulled back down. Do we find buyers and break out to the upside? Do we come back down and test VWAP? What happens after each one of those potential movements? But we got some opportunity, man. Been doing decent in these top 1 futures accounts. And like I talked about, staying patient, zooming out has been working well for me. Just chilling out off the open. Got a whole day of movement and trading. The market has been providing a lot of opportunity. Not getting crazy or tilted or too anxious as the market starts to move is important for me, right? Everybody's going to be different. Apply your approach. Stick to your system. Stick to your guns. Market's going to move all day, every day. It's going to go up or down. You're not going to catch every movement. That's not your job. It's to find a way to structure risk and let the odds play out in your favor, running whatever system you run. That's going to be the key, right? So 10 a.m. coming up, 60 seconds. It's the last, more important scheduled news event that we have this morning. We'll get past that and see what the market has for us. Yeah, 10. No, not 10. Is it 10:30? No, 10 a.m. 10 a.m. Eastern, new home sales, about 30 seconds. Yeah, revenge trading will kill you. Absolutely. Jess is out at break even. Got you. Ruben says X on the leaderboards in our hearts. Yeah, that's if only I got paid for being on the leaderboards in your hearts, guys. But I appreciate that. That's funny. There we go, 10 a.m. We got some volatility. We're going to go swipe the 5500s. Ooh, not yet. Yeah, this is choppy up here, right, guys? I mean, if you look at what's happened since 9:30. Ooh, here we go. Coming through the 5500s. We're going to try it. Wow, a lot of volatility on new home sales. Wow. See, I wouldn't expect that much on that orange folder news, but that's dicey, man. Yeah, this market's moving. 40 points, 150 ticks, 160 ticks in the blink of an eye here on ES. This is fast, guys. I would really be cautious. I would consider using a tool like the measurement tool, using ATR, understanding volatility, kind of what we're looking at right here, and how you want to structure risk, right? Trade however you want to trade, but I would definitely be aware of this increase in volatility. It often calls for sizing down, widening out stops and targets. Handle it however you want to handle it, but recognize we're moving fast here. This market is moving fast. We're not creeping on, 5-point candles here on the 1-minute chart. As you can see, rapid back and forth movement to the upside and downside. Not finding a lot of direction out of this. So holding bullish above VWAP up near these highs. We really haven't sold off. This is an indication we could try it long, but way too volatile for me, way too choppy. I'd be shocked if we didn't come back up into these 5500s and fill these orders. We tapped it and just stayed away from it. But I'm not going to jump in here. I'm going to wait for some structure. This is ugly so far. This is very choppy back and forth up here. Again, I would classify this as bullish overall. Gap up at the open, holding above VWAP. Really not finding sellers at any point off this open for the first 30 minutes. But volatile, choppy back and forth. No big pullback so far, and then a continuation back up. I'm not going to jump into this one way or the other just yet. Can you please, yes, appreciate you guys being on. Smash the like button. Thank you, guys. Thank you. Can you please explain the long position on the charts for stop loss and take profit? I'm not in one. I'm not in anything, but what I'm potentially, eyeballing here is if you were going to get long on this, right, aggressively up here, what could your play be? You know, you say, hey, we're holding above VWAP. I think we're going to break out to the upside. A really wide stop and target for something like this on a breakout and a larger movement, I think something like that is reasonable, right? Maybe you allow for a pullback down to this area of high volume off the 15-minute, but you're anticipating a break above these highs and run. You know, there's nothing wrong with that. Nothing wrong with that. I don't know about something like that. I think it's just a little bit aggressive. But you could say, you know, we are finding buyers up here. I think we're going to head back towards these highs. I want to get involved up here. But you know, if you were going to eyeball along, for me, I think stops somewhere down below session lows. You know, down near VWAP would be good, but I don't like having a stop right at VWAP before we pull back to it for the entire session. It's just not a great setup for me. So again, my risk here, not getting long on this, is the market rips to the upside and I'm not in it. That's cool because it's not my setup. You know, it's just not my way to structure risk here. What would have got me in long already, or, you know, what would be my way to structure risk? A pullback down aggressively on one of these news candles, swipe this low, and then an aggressive continuation back up. I'm long before we break out, stop below this level. That tells me, you know, we pulled back and now we have buyers stepping back in. If we come back through the level that we formed of structure to the downside, right, of this price, I do think we're continuing lower, but at least I have a clean invalidation spot. Something like that would get me in long aggressively up here. Right now, it's the waiting game. Conversely, we start to sell off harshly from up here. I'm going to look short. I'm pretty unbiased coming into this. If we hold this here and break out to the upside, again, it's not bad for a long from right down here in the middle of this consolidation. I don't like it. But we get a break and hold above this 5,500 level. I would consider taking it from up there, right? I don't like it from down here yet because we're back in the middle of this consolidation after testing this high 3 times. We haven't broke out to the upside. So it's the waiting game. It's the waiting game for me. But we're through that 10 a.m. news. Pretty volatile indecision candle here. The seller's not taking it lower. I'll give bulls credit there. Not taking it lower yet. 5,500. Again, I like a trade just to 5,500. There's a huge stack of orders on the book. I don't know that we leave this right here, guys. I'd be surprised. It continues to grow. It went from like 400 to 628 now. I don't pay attention to this stuff, this algorithmic stuff that's flashing back and forth, but you can see this line on the chart. This is bookmap, level 2 data, order flow is what we're looking at here. I think these fill. To the upside, if we do break that, we have orders, man. We have orders, so this doesn't look bad long, but it ain't it for me yet, as the kids say. Give me a pullback and then a crack to the upside. I'm in long. That's my thought process, guys. Conversely, we sell off super harshly. I don't know that it's a pullback. Sorry, just zooming in and out, taking a look at these orders up here. Yeah, quite a considerable amount to the upside, man. This looks like the algorithmic stuff. Yeah, that comes on and off the book. I don't really pay attention to this. It's not massive to the downside, but you know, down towards that gap fill, there is some orders. So I think we could find direction if we start to break out of this consolidation either way. But yeah, again, like I talked about right when I hopped on, I see myself staying patient on this. It's choppy up here. I don't have the structure that I need yet. So we'll sit patient and see. If you guys got questions, feel free to ask. Feel free to ask. Good morning, guys. Good morning. Doing well. Doing well. Kim's done for the day. As soon as Zach is finished, I'm hitting the road. Back home to Philly. Nice. Nice. Ruben, sure, when volatility spikes. A lot of international news. I think today market will just be making money left and right. Taking money left and right. I got you. Yeah. It could happen, right? We could see a lot of chop up here for sure. Good morning. What's going on? Doing well, man. Doing well. Why does long look better than short based on what bookmap is showing? How are you reading like that? So for me on Bookmap, it's a good question, guys. I talked a lot about this on Friday last week, right? Here's the stupidly simple way that I utilize Bookmap, right? There is a ton of market mechanics, auction theory, and narratives that I think are very helpful for people that want to learn about them around Bookmap. I'm an idiot, and I like to utilize technicals and pattern recognition over fundamentals. It's worth me prefacing that because I'm not going to be great at explaining any of those first things that I discussed. If you want to learn about them, Bookmap's site has a ton of information. They have a badass Discord as well. You can check all that stuff out. I linked it in the chat. For me, watching this play out day and week and months at a time, what I find is when we have a large level of liquidity on Bookmap, like we have right here, that is in line with price, right? It's to the upside, and we have sell orders above price, but we are trending to the upside. My thesis is we may go and fill those the same way of a level on my chart, an area of interest. Why? Because I watch that play out over and over and over again. Every single day like magic? Absolutely not, right? But just like any other tool, it gives me an area to pay attention to. Now, 5,500 is a big, huge round psychological number. So do you need Bookmap to tell you that maybe we're going to have a lot of orders getting ready, stops, and limit sell orders sitting at 5,500? Probably not. But that's something that I look at and how I interpret it. You have some liquidity stacking up right here. Now, past that level, if we have large quantity of orders above the book at multiple price levels, to me, and we continue through to the upside, these sell orders, buyers are outweighing the sellers, price is continuing to the upside. A lot of times that acts like fuel for the move, and price continues to break through those levels to the upside. Again, just talking about pattern recognition and what I watch day over day. If it's very thin on one side, oftentimes we just don't move that way, right? But first and foremost is price action, market structure, and volume tools. I use this secondary on the side. I don't form initial, trade ideas from Bookmap. What it's really helpful for me is to be aware of other areas on the chart that I might not be aware of, right? Like I might not have a level at, here we go, moving to the upside. I might not have a level at, let's say, like 55.20 on my chart, but I might hop on Bookmap and look at, the DOM, and we have 1,000 orders on the book up here. I might want to be cautious of that. Whether or not we reach it, if we get close and we go to fill, there's probably going to be a lot of volume and volatility, right? We know that price, you can see as we came into that right there, price moves quickly through areas of volume. If there's going to be a lot of transactions taking place, oftentimes price moves very quickly. It can be, again, another area of interest on your chart. But for me, the basic dumb guy way that I use the DOM, I use Bookmap is, if we have a lot of orders stacking up at multiple levels above or below price, and it's lining up with the trend, with price action, market structure, and volume, I think they will add fuel to the move. I think it's going to continue in that direction. I think it's probably going to go fill those orders. Simple as that. When I'm in trades for trade management, this stuff changes rapidly. It's also helpful to be aware. Conversely, if we have one big level on the book, maybe above price, and we didn't have like any of this to the upside, I'd say, hey, these are sell orders on the book. There's not a lot past it. Maybe we come up here, fill these. This acts as a really, really strong resistance zone, and we sell off. So if I'm trading to these levels, sometimes I'm cautious trading through them, holding through them, because they often act as resistance, especially if there's a really prominent level. But again, pattern recognition, watching this stuff play out day over day. And again, just like any other tool, level, indicator, whatever you're going to use, does it work like magic? No. Sometimes price does whatever it wants, disrespects everything on the book. Along with that, oftentimes what's known as spoofing, right? These are orders that can come on and off the book. We got a lot down here as well. These are orders that can come on and off the book at any time. Anybody's allowed to place orders, in live market conditions and pull them at any time, right? A lot of times what you do see happen is orders come on and off the book quickly. Manipulation occurs. Does it completely make order flow useless? No, I think it's still extremely helpful. But just like anything else, you got to decide that for yourself. So I hope that starts to explain the basics of it. But I'm going to cook up a YouTube video just really going into detail on my my setup here on Bookmap, kind of the dumb guy way that I use it. But I find it helpful. I find it very, very helpful in the futures market. It's different information that I don't have on a candlestick chart. It's not an indicator. It's additional outside information. But again, you might say, Zach, that's a stupid way to use it, and you're not talking about the market mechanics and auction theory and the why behind all of these things that are happening. The same way that I really don't talk about it on the charts here. I'm just very technical with it, and I found in the past I tried to understand fundamentals and the why behind every price movement and news and the Fed and all of these geopolitics. All of these things just worked against me, just confused me, created unhealthy biases, and just didn't help me out. What helps me is focusing on the chart in front of me, focusing on everything from a technical standpoint, really just understanding that it's a lot of pattern recognition, and not trying to create a crazy narrative behind why the market's doing what it's doing, news and geopolitics and the rates and the Fed or the algos. It's just so irrational that I just don't find that stuff helps me. So anyway, that's the thought process. Moving from liquidity to liquidity. Yeah, simple as that. Yes, I make a ton of videos here, Stefan, every day live, but I also have more and more videos dropping. I got one coming out this week on volume. I got one coming out back testing just the 15-minute chart. More and more info, but you can hop on here live every day. I'll always explain what's on my chart. Try not to go through the same thing every single day, but if everyone wants to hear about levels and the tools on my chart, I'm happy to do it. I'm happy to do it again. Stuff on my chart is extremely simple. It's nothing special. They're common levels. Again, I don't like to pretend like there's some crazy proprietary thing that I'm doing, or that most traders are doing. They're not. Trading's pretty simple. It doesn't mean it's easy. It takes a lot of experience, a lot of time in the markets, a lot of emotional control, right? A lot of thinking about structuring risk and risk management. But I think it can be incredibly simple. Again, I don't like to portray that meaning that it's easy, but I think a lot of guys overcomplicate this stuff. I think they have to find out, reinvent the wheel and, create something crazy that's going to generate some insane edge. Not my play. So again, guys, I know I'm talking a lot today and I don't have a trade on. Choppy, right? Still holding bullish above VWAP. We cracked overnight high right at the open, pushed to the upside, and now we've just been consolidating right below this 5,500 level. I don't have a lot of direction on this. I have a potential thought that I mapped out multiple times with you guys that we can break from up here, hold to the upside, pull back down towards VWAP, levels of high volume, down towards the mid 5400s, or we sell off aggressively and close the gap. But right here, right now, the market has really not given me direction. I don't want to trade to and from the extremes within this little area of consolidation, so I don't have a trade on. Simple as that. I'm not just going to scalp away on here for the fun of scalping away. I tried to get more and more zoomed in on the past specifically just for being entertaining and taking more trades, and it's not helpful. It's not really a smart thing to do. I think you're just taking trades because you're trading live and you want to click buttons, but that's up for everybody. But I'll always watch the market. This is me trading live with you guys, continuing to interpret price and volume and order flow, the tools I use as more information is coming out, discussing it, waiting patiently like we did yesterday, getting a trade on, and hopefully closing out for a win like we did yesterday. Sometimes it's no trade. Not often. I've only had 2 over the past month, I think, of trading, of a no trade, but they happen, right? And as I am more zoomed out, playing off the 15-minute, it may be more frequent. But as I talk about on here, I will map out the exact movement that I'm looking for, the levels. You'll be able to know with pretty clear direction, what I'm looking to do after the live, right? You'll have a good idea of the trade that I take if I don't get one on the live. So selling back off, I don't know that we see a massive dump here. If we get a really bearish movement, we start to get down back past VWAP. I'm not going to jump right in here short, guys, but we left these orders on the book up here at 5,500. We failed to get above. Again, we got a gap to the downside here that I think we could easily go and retest, and even below that. You know, I think that's totally fine for today. I'm getting tempted on it as we come back down towards VWAP. Now, I still like it long on a retest and a push back up, so I don't want to preemptively jump the gun on this, but we continue to push lower. There's some nice opportunity for a short. It's a real clean invalidation level up here. I don't love that these orders are on the book up here at 5,500, but a short play could be in store. So far, this is choppy, man. This is ugly price action. I agree. Simplicity, yeah. Love to hear about your levels and how you navigate and use them. Absolutely, man. I'll do a little bit more of that, John. Wow, roller coaster of emotion. Did not lose money right now. Don't touch it. Yeah, guys, like this is like, what are we looking at here, right? Is this something amazing that you guys would classify like as really nice price action and structure? You know, here's your 930 open. Here's your low to your high. This is like where most guys get chopped up, in my humble opinion. Unless you're a range trader and you're always trading off the extremes, this is not super clear, right? If I'm just looking at the 930 open to where we're at now, back and forth, super volatile choppiness, but no clear direction, man. You know, yes, holding up near highs, holding above VWAP, bullish on the open, gap up. So all of that from a higher time frame view would be bullish, but this is a nightmare on the 1 minute chart. So, you know, I'm sitting patient through this. I think a really good skill set to have, I talk about it a lot and I'm repeating myself here, is to not have to try to find your way into every single move and blow your account on a day like this, right? Where you just don't have a ton of direction. Like this looked pretty good long from a lower time frame, right? Crack to the upside, pull back. Here we go long and drift lower, failure to get above. I'm looking for a larger movement, which we could be getting to the downside here. Multiple failures to continue to the upside, and a big bearish candle forming on the 15 minute. Not bad for a short. If you are 100% long bias, longs all the way down here, but I'm not. I'm waiting for the market to give me some direction, and so far it's starting to call short for me. 5,400, nice clean level to the downside. Yeah, this could be a play, guys. This could be a play. Even if we are going to move to the upside, I think this could be a pretty gnarly pullback that forms. Don't know that I want it just above VWAP though. This is tough. This is tough. Yeah, 5,500 still has orders in the book. That would be a dicey one to get short below. But yeah, this is this is not great. Not great. Nick C made a comment in the chat. I would agree with that, Nick, but I'm not going to repeat it. NY has been crazy. Yeah, it's been crazy. It's been tough. Most traders on are trading NQ. Nice to see you on ES. What was the reason for that? It's a good question. When the stress is off, it's so clear and easy. Yeah, so for me, ES is just a little bit slower moving. I find it to respect levels a little bit cleaner. It's just a preference thing. I don't think one is inherently better than the other. I think NQ can be really whippy, really volatile, and for me and my style, I always want to go back to NQ, and I find myself trying it multiple times and just not having as great of data on it. But it's just a preference. The differences between them that I would say is just ES is slower, not as volatile, not as wicky, doesn't pull these sweeps above highs and lows as aggressively. It can work like a down, to a downside for some traders. Yeah, this looks like I want to head back to VWAP. It can be like watching paint dry sometimes, like I talked about. But I just find it to be a little bit cleaner, give me a little bit more time to think. And I've dedicated a lot of time on it. Somebody said something about YM and NQ as well. I've traded both, all three a lot, mainly US indices, right? YM's pretty sweet as well. I do like YM. Much different movement, not as correlated to ES and NQ, at least in my opinion. I really do like YM for some simple reversion setups, right back to VWAP. I talk a lot about that in the Top 1 Futures Academy. That's the trade that I talk about. Very, very simple setup. I think it's one of the easiest things to just pay attention to in VWAP, pay attention to in backtest if you wanted to. But I've really just come to like paying attention to ES. And again, it's preference, just preference. You know, I think there's going to be traders that do really well with gold, with, you know, different instruments. Find something that works well for you, your trading time frame, you know, whether you're trading Asia, London, New York, and what your style is, right? Some guys are going to be trading, you know, reversion trades, ranges, momentum, breakouts. You know, there's a million different ways to do this. So you got to find what works best for you and your style. ES seems to work pretty well for me. NQ as well, you know, NQ as well, but it's it can be difficult to work with. Really difficult to work with NQ. Yeah, I'm starting to lock in here and just pay attention because this could be a short setup. If we're really gonna continue this to the downside, I think we could head back down towards 5,400 pretty quickly. That wouldn't even be looking to fill the gap. It would just be through VWAP. But so far we're not getting a lot of momentum to the downside. And conversely, if we flip this bullish and come back up to the highs, which we look like we want to do right now, I might look long on this. So I'm getting ready to I'm staying really unbiased up here, guys, but we're at a decision-making point coming out of this area of consolidation. My trade is likely going to be a breakout, but and I'll be caught, you know, selling off the low or buying off the high if it's just going to be a sweep of one direction and then a movement in the other. But I'm getting ready for it here. Still a ton of orders on the book at 5,500. Not testing VWAP, still consolidating. Yeah, this is ugly, guys. This is super ugly price action. Again, opinion, you might say, Zach, this is beautiful. This is exactly what I need to trade. This is really ugly so far. This is a nightmare. If you're trading this, I hope you are structuring risk because I think this can be tough. So again, we start to break to the downside. This is going to form a nice big bearish movement, failing to get above highs, coming through VWAP. It's going to look pretty good for a short. We hold above this, failing to get below lows, break out to the upside. It's going to be a really nice bullish bar with a long wick to the downside on the 15-minute. Not bad for a long play. Not bad for a long play. Ooh, 1,000 lot on the book at 54.80, right above price. Got sellers wanting to get involved up here. Heavy order stacking up right above price. Yeah, let's see what we get. I think we're likely to see some volatility here, guys. 1,100 that are sitting on the book right above price right now. That just came on. Someone's looking to get filled, or multiple looking to get filled. We're going to crack this to the upside and go grab 5,500? I don't know. Middle of consolidation. Middle of consolidation. There we go. Through it. Yeah, this looks decent for a long, guys. We're through that with some aggression and some decent volume looking at Bookmap. I don't love where my stop would have to go for this, but I'm looking at this long for a breakout to the upside and continuation. We come back down through it. I think we're continuing lower. I'm getting long on this, guys. I'm long 3 for right now. Again, this is going to be a wide stop, wide target play. Looking for a break to the upside here. Through a lot of sell orders and continuing to the upside, retesting this overnight high and continuing to push to the upside. This is still dicey, right? We're still in consolidation. I've kept myself out of a lot of it, and now I'm looking to get involved after we pull back down low in this area and we continue to find buyers up near these highs. We reverse and come lower. The short is the play. We're coming through VWAP. We're going to fill this gap. That's my thought process. But I am long 3. Not even full risk. Looking for a breakout to the upside. 5,500 is going to be a really important level to watch. We're going to need to get through that level with some aggression. And when we get there, we could easily find a swipe above and then a continuation lower. But for right here, right now, I'm long this. I like the way that we came back through that. I like the way that we came through those orders pretty aggressively. Still choppy, right? Still consolidating up here, but failing to move lower on that last push lower. We had a chance again to continue. I'm looking for this to break out and continue the upside. We might not do it today. It might just be choppy. Again, we sell off back down through VWAP. This could be a day where I get really aggressive and look to take it short because I think we would move lower pretty quickly and head really quickly back down towards this 5,400 level, if not back down towards filling the gap from the overnight session. But so far, holding above VWAP, and I'm going to look long on this. A key level here is this 5,500 that we've continued to have orders sit at. Haven't went to fill it yet. Came right up close to it, but failed. So anyway, that's my thought process. Flowing with the market, flowing with direction. I'm trading the trend on this one. We'll see. We'll see if we get continuation today or if we are going to chop. Again, I think if we do start to move outside of this zone, this could be a pretty serious breakout to the upside. Looking for this daily candle to print really bullish with no filling the gap, no wick to the downside. It's an interesting movement that we would need to get, but that's my play. If I waited much longer, I'm probably going to miss whatever movement we get. So, I start to feel that as well. If I hang out much longer, I think we break out to the upside, or we do come aggressively down through these lows. So I'm buying for a continuation to the upside. We'll see, right? Took plenty of wins across these lives. I'm about due for an L. Maybe I get it today. Maybe not. Looking at the 15-minute, you could see the trend that we're continuing here. Do we pull back here? Do we pull back to fill this gap? Do we come all the way down aggressively lower? Again, down towards the 5,400s, I think we could see really aggressively. I've got a stop loss down below VWAP, down below this area of high volume. I want to be able to let this test multiple times, maybe come back down a little bit on it. But again, if we fail up here again and we form a really big bearish bar, I think we're coming lower. So that's my play. Long America for now. We'll see. Nice bullish bar on the 15-minute. Can we get some continuation? I think I'm going to watch this one on the 15-minute again, guys. I liked watching it yesterday on the 15-minute, and I'm going to watch it on the 15-minute today. For a potential target on this, as you guys know, or maybe not know if you're new here, I typically don't run take profits. I run a fixed stop loss, obviously, but I don't like running a fixed take profit. I'm going to close out based on what the market gives me. Today, I definitely am going to hold through the 5,500s where we got a lot of liquidity. I could see a movement all the way back up above this high. That would be pretty sweet. Potentially a continuation all the way up to this level. I wouldn't put on that much. I wouldn't look to put on that much profit in this account. But a crack up above this high would be pretty sweet. So let's see. Let's see if we come out of this area of high volume, right? We're trying to. Conversely, we come back down, we chop around, we kind of hang out here, and I get taken out, right? Whether we move lower or we're just going to chop around here, if we're not going to come outside of it and really break to the upside, I'm probably going to take the L on the chop or just a movement lower. And again, if we do come, I like this as an invalidation point. If we do come through this level, we come through VWAP like really aggressively, I think we're headed lower, right? So I think I'm just dead wrong on the trade, and it's just an L, which is part of the game. So, but everything today, if I have to take one, which I'm taking right now, is calling long. I could get short on something if this continued lower, right? Even though we have a lot of momentum, but we didn't. Formed a nice bullish bar to the upside. We're continuing to check this level out. Again, only other concern here, a lot on the book up here. A lot on the book, and it continues to the upside, but this is an important level to get here. Get through here. These are sell orders, and it could act as resistance. We could come up, swipe these highs, check out this 5,500, again, hang out up here, and then really aggressively start to sell off. Market says, nope, we just want to come check this level out, take everybody's sell orders right here, and then start to head lower. So I always like to make, the case for both sides of the trade. So that's the thought process. $813 worth of risk. Wide stop again, right? Like I talked about, 15-minute, 54.5 point stop. Down below session lows, right? We come down and break the initial balance to the downside. You know, I'm out on this one. Pretty light, right? 3 micros, nothing crazy. Market's volatile, man. Don't need to put on a lot of risk to catch some of these movements. So we'll let this one play out to the upside. Yes, do not marry an idea. No, I don't marry a bias, right? I'll take it either way. You know, whatever the market has for me. No marrying biases. But appreciate you guys hopping on. If you hopped on late, welcome to the show. Thanks for being on. Smash like, smash subscribe. I'm long 3 from 54.86.75. Remember, guys, this is not a suggestion or recommendation to do anything. I'm an idiot on YouTube. I'm not a financial advisor. Make your own trading decisions. Do your own research. Make your own trading decisions. Read CFTC Rule 4.41 and the affiliate and partnership disclaimer. All that fun stuff. Now, do I think Top 1 Futures will extend their 50% discount? Maybe. Love your calmness. Need to learn that for sure. Yeah, for sure. Again, guys, this could dump on me. And if you hang out here with me long enough, you'll watch me take plenty of L's. You'll watch me take plenty of wins. I don't get too excited either way because you trade for long enough. You just get comfortable with the randomness of the market on the short term, right? My job is not to win this trade. My job as a trader here, right? It's to structure risk, put the trades on with consistency, let the odds play out in my favor. I'm going to take plenty of L's. I'm going to take plenty of wins. Placing too much importance on any one trade, first off, it takes away from your ability to just, trade objectively, but it just doesn't make sense. It just doesn't make logical sense. Even here live with you guys, right? I want to, show you guys I know how to trade and, build this great community, but that's not what real trading looks like. Definitely not what real trading looks like for me. It's plenty of L's and, just staying calm and cool and letting the trade play out. Sometimes it's fun to watch the market rip in your direction. Like I do get enthusiastic about it. I don't want to claim, or I laugh a little bit. Like if you go back and watch Friday of a couple weeks ago, I was talking about it. I got smoked, took 2 back-to-back L's. It's just kind of, it's laughable when it happens. And then the market moved in my direction. But, yeah, if you can kind of just calm yourself down a little bit, think about really what you're doing, what your job here is, it can make trading much more enjoyable, and it will also make you a better trader, right? It doesn't make sense to get so jacked up or feel, so much emotion about any one trade or any one outcome. So, try to reflect on that, read some psychology books like we talked about. We did a whole psych talk yesterday, and understand the game of probabilities that you're playing here. You don't need to know what's going to happen next to make money. As crazy, contradictory as that sounds, that's a quote from Mark Douglas. Market is very random on the short term, very consistent on the long term. It's a paradox that we have to deal with as traders. But if you can learn to work within that, you can make some money, right? Nice modest edge. Just let the odds play out in your favor. Like I talked about, random distribution. I've been taking hella wins. I'm about due for an L. I'm not going to expect one the same way I'm not going to expect more L's when I'm taking L's or a win when I'm taking losses. You just keep trading through win streaks, losing streaks, everything in between. So we are coming up to these 5,500s. Again, this is going to be first important level here. Are we going to break out of this consolidation, or are we going to sweep this high, come back down, and rip our face off to the downside? We are coming up to test it. We are coming into it right here, right now at 5,500. Again, big round psychological number. A really nice movement would be a blast above it without even finding any sellers. I don't think that's common. That's why I'm running a wide stop. I think we come up here, maybe break above, pull back down, and then continue. Again, this is a longer hold trade, but so far, showing me some profit right off the rip. Almost 200 across 3 accounts. Not what I need to take profit. Again, important levels that I'm looking at to the upside. Obviously, we're breaking out above this high right here. Structurally, right here into the 5520s, 5525s. Past that, this is a high volume area on the chart. Also, pretty clear level of structure. If I zoomed out a little bit further, you'd see it on the visible range volume profile. But this is bullish, man. We are getting above last week's value area high. Looks pretty good, man. Looks like we want to continue. Do we move like this today? Do we, I'm asking for a lot out of the market with this wide setup. Do we get this movement? Maybe not. I don't know. But I'm going to put the trade on, let it play out. That's it. Appreciate you guys. Appreciate you. Just passed Apex eval. Nice. 100. going, if you can leave it alone. I don't know what that means, but that's cool. My music died. Let's get that back on. And maybe we'll do a giveaway, guys. Maybe. Let's see where our likes right now. 23 likes. We got 50 of you guys on here. Let's do a giveaway, guys. If you can get the likes up to, let's say 35 likes. We're at 23 right now. Get the likes up to 35. Smash the like button. You can easily do it with all you guys on here. We'll run a giveaway. I'm going to drop a form. You're going to have to fill the form out. Be hanging out here on the live with me. I'll give you guys about, let's say, 5 minutes from when I drop the form, since I'm announcing it right now. And I'll announce the winner live on here with you guys. This is going to be for a $50K straight to funded account with Top 1 Futures. If you don't know, I'm affiliated and partnered with Top 1 Futures. I can't stand to be unbiased. If you want to check this out, code is RDF. Oh, we're approaching it quickly. You guys are hungry today. Damn, I should have went higher on the like count. If you want to check this out, link is in the chat right here. Code is RDF for 50% off. But this is going to be for $299 because it's a $50K straight to funded account. Instant funded. No evaluation. You are directly into the funded account. So let's see if we can get it. 37 likes. We're going to drop the form. Get ready, guys. Very nice. What happened to my music? Hang tight. First, I'm going to fix this. Trading in silence here. Watching the market pull back from that 5,400 level on the left-hand side. I can see it at the top as I'm showing you guys. Top 1 Futures, the instant funded on Project X firm that I'm trading with here. We got some music coming back out, and whether or not I take a win or a loss, someone will get an account out of it. Hang tight, guys. Link is coming. Make sure this is the right one. Boom, 423, and the link is live. Go ahead and fill that link out, guys. 1 per person. Don't spam it. Don't fill out 100 of them. I won't. I'll intentionally make sure if I see that if I land on you, you won't get the account. Go ahead and check that form out. This is an entry to win. No purchase necessary. 1 instant funded $50K account. $299 value with the code. $598 value without the code. Go ahead and fill the form out. Happy to have you guys on here. Appreciate you guys. Let me pin that. And I'm going to give you, place pin message. I'm going to give you guys, I'll give you guys about 5 minutes from now. Let's call it 10:46. 10:46. Go ahead and fill that form out. I see some responses loading in. Nice, nice. Go ahead and fill the form out, guys. Again, links in the chat. 50K instant funded account giveaway right now. No purchase necessary. I appreciate you guys being on these live sessions. It's super fun to do these giveaways. Go ahead and fill the form out. If you were on here yesterday, I gave you the early heads up. It's not going to be every day. It's not always going to be at the beginning or the end. It's not going to be whether I have a trade on or not have a trade on. It's going to be random. But every week I'm going to be running giveaways, either account giveaways or giving out cash like I did on Monday, $50. Also, Jermaine J, if you're still on here, hit me up, man. Your email didn't work. I still have some cash for you. I'm not able to get a hold of you. You're not in the Discord. I couldn't get you on YouTube. Hit me up. But for everybody else, form is live, guys. Go ahead. I'm going to give you a little bit of time to fill this one out. You got about 5 minutes. Get your name on there. Only fill it out once. Don't spam it. If you spam it, I will intentionally not pick you. But we'll go ahead and get a random number generator loaded up while this trade is playing out. Seeing if we can get some extension out of this market. Man, we tried the highs again. This doesn't look great. Doesn't look great. 5,500. Yeah, here's still what I'm watching, guys. I want to see a break through this level right here, this bad boy, and a continuation of the upside. Don't know that we're going to get it today. Again, we might swipe this high. We might not. We might just leave it. We might leave this stuff. We haven't come into it yet. If we break this with some force, I think we're quickly headed north. I think this could be a pretty solid trade. Easily run up 30, 40, 50 points. But so far, we're just failing to come off these highs. Continuing to test them and pull back. That's buyers showing some weakness. We got a strong cumulative volume delta on this. It's grown. It's really continued to grow. I don't really talk a lot about that. I don't pay too much attention to it. But it's something I've been watching over on the side on Bookmap. just failing to continue through these highs, man. Really failing to continue through these highs. This was a really, really nice close off the 15-minute. I like this coming up out of consolidation. I like this with orders above stacking to the upside. I like this trade flowing with the market. Again, caution to the downside, back to this area of high volume for overnight. But even more importantly, coming back through to fill this gap, turning this into a gnarly bearish candle to the downside, which I think could happen. But first trade is to the upside. Long America, flowing with the market, simple stuff. I'm going to put this one on every day and realize the losses that that come along with it in the pursuit of larger wins. But yeah, and again, management on this one, guys. I'm either going to be taking a full stop, like I talk about, really not going stop loss to break even, not adjusting my trade in drawdown. So it'll be a full stop or a win at some point later in the day or quickly if it starts to play out. But again, these wider stop loss, wider take profit trades take a little bit longer to play out. That's why I like to watch them on the 15-minute, not give myself a heart attack on the 1 minute. So let's see, guys. We're coming up. You got about 3 minutes left. Fill that form out. Link is in the chat. We are giving away one instant funded, no evaluation, 50K account. Somebody's getting funded right here today. You'll be trading in a funded account tomorrow. Let's see if we can run it. 50K account with Top 1 Futures. If you guys want to check out Top 1 Futures, here is the link. Code RDF gets you 50% off. Again, I say it 47,000 times because everybody gets all pissed off. I can't be unbiased. I stand to make money. I'm an affiliate. Sue me. I like the company. I think they're a good opportunity. And I trade here live on with you guys on YouTube. And if you feel like you want to support me on the back end, that's totally cool. But guess what? You don't have to do anything. You could just hang out here and maybe win a free account every once in a while and say, that guy sucks at trading. And I'm just going to fade him. That's great, man. You could just do that too. That's the beautiful thing about YouTube and doing it live with you guys. So again, I see we got like 53 people on here. Smash the like button, man. Hit subscribe if you're new and you can't chat. I keep subscriber mode on, try to limit the trolls. We got about 2 minutes before I close the form. Everybody, I'm going to try to give you guys warnings. I saw people rolling into the last minute on Monday when we did it. Forms in the chat, giving away a 50K straight to funded account right now. No purchase necessary. I'm going to pick someone live with you guys on the stream. Try not to dox anybody. But make sure you fill the form out. Use a good email. Don't spam it. If you submit more than one, I'm intentionally not going to pick you. Don't spam it, please. It's always somebody that wants to take advantage, so don't do that. And if you don't win today, I'm going to be doing them every week, like I talked about, guys. Straight to funded accounts and small cash giveaways. Giving back to you guys that are on the stream. Really happy to grow this with you guys. This is a fun way to do it, so happy to have you on. We are at 10:45. I said 10:46. I'm going to give you guys another minute. Again, if you're on here, form is in the chat. It's pinned to the top. Fill it out now, please. I have to draw a hard line in the sand. Somebody always says, oh, can I please enter? I got to draw a line in the sand somewhere, guys. I'm going to give you another 60 seconds from now. We're going to close it at 10:47 a.m. Hard line in the sand. 10:47 a.m. 60 seconds. Fill the form out. Email, name in Discord so I can try to get a hold of you. We're giving away a 50K instant funded account with Top 1 Futures. If you want to check this out for yourself, link is in the chat, code RDF. Check the trade one more time while we get ready to close this. Form. Yeah, just consolidating at the highs, man, not breaking above. Don't know about this one. Decision-making time. We're going to run the 5500s and blast to the upside. We're coming back down. Easy short if you're going to trade this as consolidation. If you want to completely fade me here, I think you got a really clean invalidation point. Stop just above these highs and trade back to VWAP. Way too counter for me to look short on it from way up here. Sellers had a chance to run the lows and continue through it down here. Beautiful pullback to overnight high. Prior highs broken in an uptrend on the higher time frame. Everything is calling bullish. Does it have to move? Absolutely not. We could also just chop up here, which would be difficult, right? Because I'm buying high in this zone. So we'll see. We'll see if we get the breakout. But here we go. Crossing my legs, not only my fingers. Let me get that account. Jose, what's up, Jose? How we doing, brother? We're giving you away account, guys. Last chance right now to get in. Form's about to get closed. You're missing out on the heart attacks. I am missing out on heart attacks. Kim's got her fingers crossed. Coop's got a slot machine out. Yep. Good luck, everyone. Nice. Appreciate you guys. Let me call my mama to like. I appreciate you. Form is in the chat. Jose, let's go. You're the last one in. Hurry up. Form is in the chat. Click the form. It's pinned to the top. We're getting ready to close it out. Hurry up, Jose. Form is in the chat. All you got to do is fill it out. Get ready, guys. We're getting ready. Okay, I'm coming over. I said 10:47. I'm already past that. I'm getting ready to close it. I see you guys still filling in. I got to draw a line in the sand. Random number selector is getting loaded up right now. I have, how many people do we have? Let's see. The form worked. We have 32 people. Hang on one second. All right, random number selector. We're going to select between two because the first one is just the title. We're going to select between 2 and 32. All right, guys. I gave you guys plenty of it. Oh, 33. All right. Form's closing right now, guys. I gave you guys extra plenty of time. Closing it out right now. No longer accepting responses. Boom. All right. Get ready for the giveaway, guys. We got, let me just double check. We got 30. Jose made it in right under the gun. Very nice. We're going to select 2 to 34. I'm going to take a screenshot after I do this on the left-hand side of everything. So you guys, if you say, oh, Zach, you're full of shit, you're picking your friends, you guys will know that I am not, and I could care less to do that. So here we go. Between 2 and 34 for the live giveaway. Number selected is number 22. Number 22 on the list. I'm only going to give your first name and last letter of your last name. Paris T. P-A-R-A-S-T. I got your email. I got your name in Discord. Congrats, Paris. I think I saw you in the chat. You just won a 50K straight to funded account with Top 1 Futures. I will hit you up after the live session. We'll get your email sent over. We'll get you a fresh account to be trading with. Congrats, man. Thank you, everybody else that hopped on this. Remember, subscribe. Hop on every day, 9:30 a.m. Eastern. I'm not going to be doing them every single day, but like this, random days and times, I'm going to be giving out accounts and cash. So Paris T, congrats, brother. You win a 50K straight to funded account with Top 1 Futures. $300 value with the code. You guys want to check this out? Link is in the chat. Straight to funded accounts on Project X. Really, really badass opportunity. In my humble biased opinion, because I'm partnered with them. Awesome, awesome. Let's see, chat going crazy. Congrats, congrats. Congrats, Paris. Yeah, 100%, guys. Congrats, congrats. Awesome. You guys are all hella supportive. I love it, man. I love it. That's the good stuff. Let me take some screenshots so I can tell the haters that I don't care about giving accounts out to my friends. It's random here, right? That's fair is fair. And screenshot this as well. Paris at number 22. Eventually, I'll figure out how to have it on the screen so you guys can see it. But in the meantime, I'm trying not to dox everybody. But congrats, Paris, man. Awesome to have you win that one. As we are watching the market pull back. Damn, gonna pull back. Not breaking out. Not breaking out. Appreciate you. Oh, there we go, man. Paris Capital. Nice, man. Nice. Happy that you got that one, man. Absolutely, absolutely. I'll hit you up after the live. I'll shoot you an email. We'll get you loaded up with one of these accounts. Watching the market here, failed to break out higher, pulling back down. Man, just not getting the breakout to the upside. Again, I like my stop. I like my invalidation point, just talking about the market. I'm going to let this trade play out. Again, I'm long 3 from 54.8675 on this bullish price action, gap to the upside. Going to give this thing a lot of room to breathe, as you've seen me done here. We come down through this low. We fail to break these... We fail to break through these 5500s, and we first come down through these session lows. I'm obviously out for the full stop. I think we're likely to continue lower, or at least pull back a really significant amount in a way where I wouldn't be able to capitalize on direction and risk. But we're not breaking out to the upside yet. We still have a ton on the book above price. Not a lot on the book down below that we would want to be going to fill. So I still like this one, but I'm going to be letting it run. I'll be letting it run today. Again, guys, to the upside, just mapping out the trade. Obvious stop level is down here, down below price. Not obvious to the upside. Levels that I'd be looking at, a movement out of this zone past the 5500s right here towards the 20s, right? This is the next area of concern. Why? Obvious level on the chart right here. Next level would be up here, coming off of this higher time frame. The bottom of this, I think it actually readjusts. Hang on one second. It's a level of structure and the next area of high volume. This is what I really would be looking at to be starting to look to manage this trade to the upside. 55.75, somewhere in that level. I would be cautious as we come through the 5500s, but I'm obviously going to hold past that. The 20s, not enough, really not enough room to want to grab profit on it, but I'd be watching what happens up here. Final targets, really what I'd like to be holding for would be all the way up here, the 55.75s. Again, conversely, we come through these lows, we stop me out really aggressively. I think we might be going to fill this gap. So we start to come aggressively through VWAP, even though I'm long on this. A short play to the downside coming through this level right here, you know, this area of high volume, this consolidation, all the way back to the middle ground of this overnight price action, or through it to the downside past overnight low, filling this gap, would be a larger movement. We might get that today. We might not get the breakout to the upside. I really liked this for a lot of movement to the upside. I still do. I'm going to let this bad boy run. But again, conversely, we come down lower. A short could be in play. Now, we could pull the stop Zach out before continuation of the upside. Totally could be in store, right? We could come, down, take everybody out that's getting long, and then into the afternoon reverse. I can't wait around all day for that to develop. So here I am long. But again, this is a good trade for me. My setup, I got to take this one every day. But on that note, guys, I am going to wrap it up here. We got about an hour and a half into the stream. I'm going to wrap it up here. You'll know after the fact if this one plays out as a win or a loss. I'll try to keep you updated in Discord as well. Hop in the 100% free Discord if you're not already. I'll throw that link in the chat. I tell you when I'm going live. I talk about giveaways, discounts, trading itself, all the fun stuff. I try to answer questions. Not a VIP feeder program or anything like that. Come on, man. Zach. Come on, Zach. Don't leave. Do another giveaway. I appreciate you guys. Congrats. Your long was 3. What's full risk? Yeah, for me, on any one trade around that $1,000 level, this is approaching it. But I really wouldn't want to get much heavier than the $1,000 level on any one trade, at least right now in these accounts, looking at the consistency rules that are in place. On any one day, I think a $2,000 daily loss limit, I really would be not wanting to take on more than $2,000 loss on any one day. So, $500 gives me a lot of room to work around that $1,000 level. With a wider stop like this, wider take profit, because I'm maybe only going to get one trade, potentially 2, but probably only 1 on something like this. It just puts enough risk on. So hope that answered the question. Congrats, Paris. I'll reach out to you. We'll be getting your account coming up soon. Guys, remember, I'm not a financial advisor. None of this is financial advice. Do your own research. Make your own trading decisions. Trading's risky. Almost every trader that trades loses money. You're probably going to trade. You're probably going to trade if you lose money. Probably going to lose your money if you trade. Make sure you read CFTC Rule 4.41 on simulated trading, which is what this is, even in funded prop firm accounts, and the affiliate and partnership disclaimer that says I stand to make money from links to my content like code RDF and Top 1 Futures. If you want to check out Top 1 Futures, guys, again, link is in the chat. Straight to funded here on Project X, copy trading, 350K accounts, trading towards a payout from day one. It's pretty damn sweet, but do your own research and make your own decisions, right? Because I'm biased. Appreciate you guys being here. Smash like, smash subscribe. I'll see you guys again live tomorrow, 9:30 a.m. Eastern, almost every day here, free on YouTube. Thank you for tuning in. I appreciate you guys. I will see you tomorrow.